Hey there, how you buttery biscuits doing? It's your boy So Crates here with
Camel X.
yep, it's us. All right, so today we don't really have that much to talk about. It's actually kind of a slow news week for games, but we do have some stuff. Um,
Some stuff.
some stuff.
Some stuff.
Um, the first most of it is gaming related. There wasn't too much in the terms of movies or anime. Psychopath season 3 started, but I haven't seen the first episode, so I can't talk about that. And Austin doesn't really like that show too much, so
I never said I didn't like it. I just never watched it.
well, yeah, but
You're making assumptions again.
I'm sorry.
This is why I took the kids.
All right, well, let's just hop into it. Okay. So
what have you been playing?
Recently I
don't care.
I've been playing.
I don't care.
Someone else might. I've been playing still Fire Emblem pretty much. Other than that, I've been trying to play a game called Pokemon Conquest. It's like this.
Is that I can't remember. I've heard that name before.
It's this weird DS game, and it's where it takes place in like a feudal Japanese settings, and warlords use Pokemon to conquer domains.
Interesting.
I remember seeing a lot of hype about it back when it was first coming out, but then no one talked about it.
When did it come out?
Like 2000, back when the DS was still popular.
So like the original DS or like
the
3DS?
original.
Oh.
Yeah, and like
so like
it was
talking like 2010.
Yeah, it was back when you'd go into Walmart and you'd see like all the cool little booths set up for the PS3 and stuff, and you could play the demos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's still some Walmarts that have those.
Ours don't.
Yeah, no, ours don't.
Yeah, it's interesting. Probably gonna make a video out of that. So yeah.
Watch it.
Watch it. Watch it.
Whoever watches this, watch that as well, or you are not allowed to watch any other videos.
No, please stay. We need you. Are you? What have you been playing?
Did you just are you? You ask are you?
Are you? Are you? Are you playing?
I am playing. So I just started the Outer Worlds. I'm about 3-4 hours in. I downloaded that I downloaded that a while back, but I stayed up till 11 o'clock last night just so I could play that like right when it was accessible. Like I turned it on right whenever it became 11. And so far the game is like really, really good. But we'll talk about that later. And then other than the Outer Worlds, I've been playing what's it called? That one game with the blocks. Minecraft.
Do you actually forget the name?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm playing Minecraft. I haven't really been playing anything else. I've been hopping into Apex Legends again recently.
Season 3 is really cool. I really like the shadow event they have going on.
Yeah, that's cool. It's cool stuff.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else. I know I started playing another game, but I can't remember what it was. It was a game though. And it probably was a game I didn't like. So
oh well, we're talking about Apex, and before we move on, I think I'm really interested in the new Legend.
yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to call them operators just because of it.
That's just what they call them in a lot of games.
Yeah.
Or like champions or
something like that. Yeah. Yeah. I thought he looked cool. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, let's just go ahead.
You sounded like you were gonna go somewhere with that, or you had something to say, and you're like, "I like the way he looks."
Well, I can't talk about his gameplay or anything because I haven't watched any trailers. I just saw the cinematic for him at the opening of season 3, and then
you're like, "Oh, that's kind of cool."
And then I don't have enough coins to purchase him, and I'm not spending money, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a free game. You can spend some money on it, CJ.
I don't feel like doing that.
You're a sicko.
If they want to...
You don't even want to support the developers?
Maybe if I have money, but I don't have money.
Yeah.
So...
yeah, no, I feel you.
So let's go. Since you were just talking about the Outer Worlds, let's go ahead and talk about that first.
Yeah. So, like I said, I'm not very far in it yet. I've only played it for 3-4 hours, maybe, and it's just like really. I'm kind of amazed on how like I'm already 3 or 4 hours in, and I haven't even gotten past like the first like main mission yet. Like, of course, like I got past the introduction section and all that, but after the introduction section, this is like, I'm gonna like super mild spoiler. Like, you go into a town, and like this town is just having like all kinds of like issues and stuff, and like it's really interesting because like the more like side quests I do, the more other side quests open up, and the more I learn about this town, you know, and I just think it's like really really cool, because like the first thing that happens when you walk up to this town is you talk to this person, and immediately like it just hits you with like just interesting stuff. Like, you figure out like he's a gravedigger right outside of town, and you walk up and you can start talking to him, and you can find out that people like still have to like pay for their grave sites. Like, they don't own their grave sites, they like rent them. And like, not the people that died, they don't like, they just like there's actually a pretty good joke. It made me laugh. Like, there was somebody that died, and I was talking to the person about them, and then they were all like, yeah, the bill goes to their closest living relative, and then like the way they worded it made sense, but then I was like, man, it must really suck losing a family member. Like, we weren't family. And I'm like, but you said that you were the closest living relative. They're like, yeah, I was the person closest to him. And I was like, closest to him and his relative, I forget what they said, but it made sense, like in his relative area or something. I was like, oh my god. And they're like, yeah, we're not related at all. I was like, yeah, it was the person closest to him, closest to relative to him.
Close.
Yeah, that's what it was. And I thought that was just funny.
Yeah.
And there's like this AI on the ship that's been shown in a couple of the trailers and stuff.
That gravesite kind of sounds like it might be China in a few years.
Maybe. Yeah. But there's this AI, and it was like funny. Like, it had like this sarcasticness to it. It's in your ship. It's pretty good. Like, just the game itself is just really fascinating. And I'm just really in love with the world and stuff. And
the worlds?
Yeah, the worlds. The outer worlds. Yeah, but everything about it is just kind of sucked me in. And like I said, like I stayed up till like 2 or 3 in the morning last night, and I was like, oh man, I need to get to bed. And then I couldn't go to sleep for like another hour because I was like, man, I really want to keep playing.
Yeah, I haven't personally played it yet, but I think it looks really interesting. I kind of like how it's almost sticking the finger up at Bethesda, just like, hey, this is basically how you style your Fallout games, but we did it just a lot better than you did.
It's not really like...
They didn't purposely do it, but that's how a lot of fans are taking it.
Yeah. It is, it's very, very Fallout-esque, and the way it plays, like, even the animations, the RPG mechanics, everything's very Fallout, like at least Fallout New Vegas and 3-esque.
Yeah,
it's almost like it feels almost like a spiritual successor to Fallout New Vegas.
Even with how they got around not being able to have access to VATS.
Yeah, it's tactical time dilation.
You gotta admit they had to be kind of cheeky with that. Like, that's basically VATS.
Yeah, I like the reasoning for it though, because like They're just like, oh, you were frozen for a long time, so like, yeah, you process time differently probably. And that's your reason you can do it.
So guys, if you ever want to get superpowers, just freeze yourself for a while.
Yeah, for like, I forget, I think it was like 500 years you were frozen or something.
Oh.
Because, and then like 70 years like past that point, or...
I don't know how worth it would be.
Yeah.
Like, you could either wake up for a really cool place, though, or maybe you'll be like walking into a wasteland.
Like a Terminator, like, situation, like...
Maybe you won't even wake up.
My God. But yeah, that game has been really fun so far. The only thing that I might feel kind of off about it is like I've noticed that it doesn't force me to do things, and there's clearly like I haven't seen anything that's like I guess it's not a complaint or a bad thing. It's actually more of a good thing, is that there is like a clear like choice that I've seen when I was doing side quests and stuff, that like if you do this is clearly the wrong thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's other options, but none of them sound like just straight up like this is good. And that's I think that's more of a strength than a weakness. Now that like I worded that wrong when I first said it.
Yeah, I like morally gray areas a lot, so...
Yeah.
But I also do like it when games can be straightforward at times, because I know, especially with, like...
No, there was, like... I'm not going to spoil it, because I thought this was just a really cool side quest, but there was a point where I was like, okay, I am not making this person do this. This is messed up. And then I was like, this is clearly the much better option.
I'm glad. I remember you would always used to do evil playthroughs first.
Yeah, I'm kind of going for like just how I would play.
Yeah.
And then I might go through and do another second playthrough that's just evil.
Yeah.
I always do that. Like, it's either I start off with an evil playthrough and then play how I would play and then go for a good, or I just play as how I want to play, then evil, and then good.
Yeah, you see, I can't do that in games like that. I always plan to go through with doing an evil path, but I just can't go through it. I'm like, I don't want to have your daughter die. I don't want to have the Imperial Guards take your daughter away.
I remember Dragon Age Origins. I've always tried to do an evil playthrough, but then I went and played through it recently, not that long ago, and dude, you can be so evil in that game. Like, I found there was choices in that game that I didn't know you could make.
Yeah.
Because there was a choice that was just like, there's a part where this kid's possessed by a demon, and you have the full capability to send one of your companions, or yourself if you're a mage, into the Fade to confront the demon and kill the demon without hurting the kid.
Yeah.
But I also always hated that part of the game, because it was always like, it was kind of just monotonous to me. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, I'm evil. I'm not going to try to save the kid. And I always thought that you either had to go and sacrifice the mom, which was like I don't think there was ever like a good option, except you could go and get the Circle of Magi and nobody would die, and that's probably the best option. But then you could also sacrifice the mom and use blood magic to go into the Fade, or you could just kill the kid. And I was just like, I never knew you could just kill the kid. Mm-hmm. I always thought you had to go into the Fade with either the blood magic or the Circle of Magi, and then I tried, because I always thought the game would just be like, no, we can't kill him. He's this guy's son. You can't kill him. But it let me. And I just killed a little kid.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God.
How old was he?
He was little, like maybe like 9, 10, 12. Oh,
he's old enough.
He lived long enough.
You're talking about like 4 or 5. That's sad. He's 12?
He's getting into the double digits. It's okay.
Fair game then, man. I'm just kidding. Don't kill kids.
Why not?
Um,
So that's pretty much all I would want to say about the Outer Worlds. Is just like so far, I'm really enjoying it. The RPG mechanics seem really cool. Uh,
nice art style.
yeah, the game does look really nice. That's another thing.
I've heard AI was kind of weak on the enemies.
Yeah, but it's like RPG AI. You know what I mean?
Is it
like,
better than Oblivion's?
Yeah. But you know what I mean, though? Like, it's like that Fallout AI or whatever where, the guys just will, like, stand there and kind of take bullets, or they'll just hide and cover for a little while. It's not, like, crazy.
Yeah, it's not. It's like bearably bad, but not super good.
Yeah, it's like, it's kind of just what I expected from the type of game.
Is it as buggy as a Bethesda game would be, or is it?
I haven't ran into any bugs so far, and
just make sure to keep saving just in case.
Actually, yeah, I kind of scared myself because right before I got off, I saved it and I was like, oh my god, I was playing for like 4 hours and I didn't save once. I was like, whoa.
It's scary to do on those kind of games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really glad to see Obsidian taking it up. I'm glad. I mean, I've heard Pillars of Eternity and stuff are great games, but they're not really my style. So
Yeah, like the asymmetric RPG type of thing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Those work sometimes. They're just they're harder to get into.
Yeah, you have to be a very specific type of person. It's neither one of us are really into that.
I can be. It's such a time sink most of the time with those types of RPGs.
It is. Most of it's stat building.
Yeah, and I'm like, and I look at it, and I've played a couple of those games for quite a while, but then I was just like, this is too much because I'd be playing 50 hours, and then I'm like, I'm not even past the first arc in the story.
No, it's worse than a Japanese game.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, speaking about how Obsidian's stepping up and kind of taking Bethesda's spot.
Let's talk about how Bethesda's sinking into the lowest.
Yeah, that Fallout First subscription is like
they're becoming a strange version of EA.
Mm-hmm.
Who keeps scooping up mobile studios instead of actual studios.
Yeah, dude, it's so weird. I don't understand, dude. It's Bethesda doesn't have anything for the holiday season. Did you realize that?
Oh yeah, I actually heard when I was watching one of Maddie's videos, he was talking about how this might be there to kind of replace that since Doom Eternal got pushed back.
Yeah, because Doom was going to be their holiday game, and now it's not anymore, so they don't have anything.
Well, dude, Fallout Shelter and their Christmas themes, that's probably gonna come back.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be snowy outside the vault and stuff. Yeah. Dude, but how much was it? It was $10 a month.
It was $12 per month, or if you want to get that extra special deal, $100 a year.
That's so stupid and
more expensive than PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live Gold.
Yeah.
Is that even more expensive than Game Pass?
Oh yeah. Because you can get Game Pass Ultimate, which is you get access to all your games on Game Pass on your PC. You get a month of gold, and you get Game Pass for $15 every month.
Okay, guys. So think about this. You can get that sweet deal and get a game like The Outer Worlds and many others along with that.
Yeah, you can get games like Fallout 3, Oblivion, Knights of the Old Republic, I think Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, Dragon Age Origins, what other games? Shenmue 1 and 2, what other games?
There's a lot of indie titles, probably.
Yeah, tons of indie games.
Which are better than 76.
Yes. And you can get all of those games for just $15 a month, plus you get a gold subscription, and you have access to all of those games on your PC.
And with Gold, you still get free games every month, right?
And Gold, you get 4 free games every month.
Like,
and then Bethesda's wanting you to pay $12 per month to have access to an outfit, a new inventory, right? Like a box.
yeah. It holds all your junk for an unlimited amount of junk or scrap or whatever. I've never played 76. Haven't touched the thing.
I've played it for 4 hours one time and I didn't like it. So.
Yeah.
And then you get a really nasty looking NCR Ranger armor from Oblivion. Not Oblivion. I'm thinking of
New
Obsidian.
Vegas. Yeah.
Obsidian. New Vegas. And you get access to private servers.
Yeah,
right?
But I've heard that servers aren't even really private or something. Like some people can still be on them, or like you'll find dead people that you've killed in other servers.
I think it's that they're not persistent to you.
Okay.
Like other people can have access to them whenever you're not on it, I think.
Okay, yeah, and even then another person.
And then I also think it's just doesn't work right.
Yeah. And I mean, keep in mind that this is something that they said they'd do in the first place, but never really did. Wait. No, I'm sorry. It's not that it didn't work right. It's that the people wanted this, and they're like, yeah, we'll get it out eventually. Now they're charging some kind of subscription for just for server for you and your friends.
Yeah, dude. It's so stupid. And they also said that they were just going to release this.
Yeah.
They said that they weren't going to have any type of subscription or any paid DLC or anything. And then they've literally went against that. Like they said, there isn't going to be any sort of subscription or anything. And right now we're seeing the subscription thing. And I guarantee one of the updates they're going to release is some sort of DLC and make you pay for it.
Oh, heck yeah. Oh, and guys... But, like, before you hate on Bethesda, they're also being super generous because, along with this sweet deal, you get 1,200 atoms for the store every month.
1,600.
1,600, which will probably get you at least 3 cosmetic items.
Your Pip-Boy can actually be, like, blue and purple. Like, you can just, like, choose a different color for your Pip-Boy.
Dang, it's not like that was included by default in all the other Fallout games.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And, get this. I forgot what I was going to say.
Is it coming? Is it coming to you?
I forgot.
Oh, there's a deer in your yard.
There's multiple.
Oh, wow.
Really cool.
Wow, there's 3. There's 3 of them.
Be right back, guys. We gotta go tackle these things.
I'm gonna go eat one.
Deer leg for supper.
Look at them. They're just looking.
Have you heard about the mad deer disease? It's like slowly decaying deer's brain, and then they can pass it on to other deer. It also can spread to humans. Because
one of the deer just charged the window.
Well, what's bad about it is they're not violent, but it does eliminate their fear of people, so they'll just straight up walk up to people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then the people, pet the deer, oh my gosh, I'm a princess, and then they can infect them.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Slowly decays brain tissue, and they're afraid that a lot of deers are going to start catching it. I think it's in Nevada. No, they're trying to not let it into Nevada, but that's kind of a hard thing to stop. Unless you build a wall around Nevada.
We should just build a wall around Nevada. What does Nevada do anyways?
I don't know. Anyway, this has gotten super off topic.
there's deers in your yard. It's cool.
Anyway, so I guarantee you whatever I was going to say isn't important. Oh yeah, the other generous thing they were doing is that even if your friend doesn't have the subscription, they can still play on the private server with you. So
only one of you has to pay $100 per year to play with just your friends.
Guys, isn't that sweet?
I think it's really kind of them, if I'm being honest.
Um, yeah, I guarantee there was some other stuff included, like a tent. I'm not really sure what the use of a tent is since I don't play, but really, regardless of whatever else it is, there's no justification for them to be putting this stuff in the game through a blocked $100 pass, and it's definitely not worth the money. I'll tell you that much right now.
Yeah, like, and they also said like they were going to give this stuff out for free, right? Whenever it was added,
Yeah,
and now they're making you pay for it.
yeah, and if you guys like, there's so many better things you can get for $100 if you just have it to blow,
Or just $12.
or just
$12 a month, dude. Save $12 a month for like 3 months, and you can buy a brand new game. Like
exactly. Or if you want to go get the Outer Worlds, that'll be way more bang for your buck. Uh, Heck, go get other good games.
like those old Scooby Doo games for the PlayStation 2.
Yeah, go get those.
Yeah, get those.
Those are awesome.
They were.
Honestly, if they came out with a remaster pack of that for $100,
It'd be worth it.
It'd
It'd
be
be totally justified.
that'd be my first choice before I spent $100 on this.
Yeah, no. All right.
Okay, moving on. Oh yeah, there was also a fan page that just make fun of it because they did not secure the domain name for FalloutFirst.com, so a fan just went on there and started.
What's with the name of the subscription? Fallout First?
Because they're putting their consumers first.
So stupid.
Alright, Persona 5 Scramble got a new trailer. It's not at all what a lot of people were expecting. Basically, Scramble is a Dynasty Warriors type game developed by Team Ninja, since they make all the other Warriors games and Dynasty Warriors. And it's not really a hacky slashy like the others. Less of the actual attack gameplay was shown, but it showed a lot of elements from Persona 5 where you would like press X and do a stylish like snake attack, not a snake attack, but like a sneak up a building or a stylish hop or something. It plays a lot more like Persona 5 than I expected, just without the turn-based element, which is really exciting. It even has an open world that you can walk around in. It'll probably be divided into sections like the base game was. But it still has a lot of dialogue. It looks like it's canon to the original story, and overall, the overworld actually looks like it's improved from the base game. It looks like there's a more fluid camera that can interact more freely with the environment. It looks like you're closer to your characters, and it looks like just more detail has been put into the world.
So like, is it like kind of like a, excuse me, like a sequel to Persona 5, or is it like a alternate version of Persona 5?
It's a sequel.
It's a sequel?
Yeah, it won't be like, I don't think it'll nearly be as deep as the original was. I highly doubt it'll have as many character conversations, dialogue, and all of that. But it does look like it's taking Persona 5 pretty well, taking its essence pretty well, and it's going to give a good little spin-off to it, kind of like Persona 4 had 2 fighting games that went along with it, and they expanded the story just like this one is.
So it's like, it seems like they're going to have parts of Persona 5 that like people that enjoy Persona 5 would probably also enjoy this game as well.
Oh, definitely. I'm personally more really excited for this because I'm not a huge fan of turn-based combat. But just like I enjoyed Persona 5's turn-based combat, not being a big fan of it, I think people who go to Persona 5 for the combat but still love the world and characters will enjoy this game just as much, from what this trailer showed.
That's cool.
That is cool. It is very... just wanted to say this real quick. I Love You, Colonel Sanders is top 5 on Steam in recent releases.
I think that's so weird that KFC just released a dating sim. That's just so strange to me.
It is.
And it's weird that it's in the top 5 best-selling games.
Well, Come Hug Me, Ronald McDonald's going to be the next one.
Oh, maybe. That would be... Oh my god, dude. So weird.
I love it though. We might have to play it sometime for the channel.
Definitely.
If it ever goes on sale, or I actually don't. I haven't looked into it. I don't know if it costs or I think it does, but if it ever goes on sale, pick
If
it.
it's like less than $10, dude.
Scooping that deal right up.
Dude, yeah, like you gotta just like scoop right into Colonel Sanders, dude.
We're gonna eat it with like KFC. We're gonna play it and eat KFC, right?
It's gonna be like mukbang, like a mukbang let's play.
Hey guys, that's what mukbang is, right? Where you eat.
Yeah, you just sit there and eat, and people just watch it.
I didn't want to sound stupid or like.
Yeah. What else is there going on?
I thought the recording stopped. So after I Love You, Colonel Sanders.
It's Colonel, dude.
That's not what the game outlet said. Batman Arkham. There's been a leaker. They've been actually sued. They've been threatened to be sued by Nintendo. So they've got some credence. They've been right about leaks before, as a lot of the leakers who get any attention nowadays do. Anyway, they are predicting that the new Batman game will be called Batman Arkham Legacy, and you will be able to play as the whole Bat family, but they did not mention anything about the Court of Owls, which is what a lot of other leakers have been saying. They might have made other posts about this, and we just didn't see them talking about the Court of Owls. But yeah, whatever it is, they're definitely making a new Batman game. The voice actor for Batman and Warner Brothers Twitter accounts have been tweeting about it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really surprised we haven't got any confirmation yet. I'm still holding out that it's going to be a Batman Beyond game, but I doubt it.
Is it just me, or is it kind of like are you kind of tired of Batman games?
I am not. I liked them way more than the Spider-Man game.
Like, I don't know, dude. Like, it just seemed like the same thing over and over again with each Batman game, with like a gimmick added to each one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it just kind of really the last one that I thought was like good to me was Batman Arkham City.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was like just a natural evolution of Batman Arkham Asylum, you know? And then after that, it seemed like they were just kind of like trying to dig for a reason for there to be a sequel, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, with the Batman, I really feel like you can tell so many stories just because of all the villains he has.
Yeah, like, but the thing is like they tried to keep them all linked together.
Kind of, but not really. Like, I know with Arkham Knight, it really didn't hold much to the others.
That's true.
Because, I mean, I won't... Do you think it's fine if I say who the Arkham Knight is? Like, people know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's a really old game.
When did it come out? Like
2013?
Yeah. You can
14?
Yeah, spoil it. Like, if you haven't played it and you don't want to be spoiled, you know, you can
just close your ears.
Yeah, skip past this little bit, you know.
So, like, whenever... I mean, like, Jason Todd was never brought up in any of the other games.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird. That they're just like, yeah, he exists in this universe.
Yeah, but that's one of the things, though, is that they were just, like, bringing stuff up that, like, you weren't really sure. Like, I don't know. I wasn't as into them as everyone else was, I don't think.
Gotcha.
Especially Arkham Knight. I did not like
Most people didn't like Arkham Knight. I'm probably one of the few people who actually do like it.
It was just, like I said, it's just one, like, the games just kind of were the same thing each time with a gimmick.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Asylums was it was a Batman game.
Yeah.
And it was really good. So people
yeah.
were like, hey. And then Arkham Cities was,
open
world. And then Arkham Origins was bigger open world.
And then didn't you have shot gloves?
No, that was Arkham City Wii U edition.
But I remember there being shock gloves in Arkham Origins. Like, just in the game.
Oh, there might have been.
Because I remember that being a thing.
It was weird that they came out with an enhanced port of Arkham City for Wii U just to add shock gloves.
Yeah.
That was really weird.
Yeah.
Did it have a different story?
I don't think it did. I think it might have, like, had a little bit where you got shock gloves, but I think that was it. Like, I don't think it was, What are you doing?
Hello?
What? But I don't think it was, like, a different game or anything. What else was there? Like the thing is, like, I was kind of hoping they'd go for, like, another superhero or something.
Like, Batman Beyond?
No, because that's still Batman.
But you could fly in this one. It'd be cool.
Like, if they were going to do someone who could fly, I would just rather them do, like, a...
Batman Beyond.
No. Like, I'd rather just see them do, like, what's his name? Or, like just try to make a good Superman game, you know?
Yeah. I think it would actually be a really good idea to make a Superman origin story. Like, so maybe he'd be weaker since you could make some video game explanation for it.
Yeah, like, it would be cool to, like, have, like, you not be a Superman that's been Superman for a while, or, like...
Maybe he still gets hurt easily or something because, like...
he doesn't know how to use his power yet, or...
Yeah, it wouldn't have to fit in line with the comics or anything. They could have their own explanation for it.
Yeah, and I could see that being, like, some sort of, like, skill tree mechanic or whatever, like, you unlock your heat vision once you level up or whatever, you know, like, because you become more experienced as you are Superman.
Yeah, and I actually do enjoy a toned down Superman. I hate the original ones where he's like, just like, yeah, I can lift the earth up and fly around with it.
Yeah, like, there needs, like, that's the main problem I have with Superman. I don't like him very much, is that he's, like, too perfect, you know? Like, there's nothing that can hurt him other than...
Doomsday and Kryptonite.
And magic.
And magic?
Yeah, that's one of his weaknesses.
The Kryptonians were just too advanced in science. They can't handle magic.
Yeah, they're like, whoa, bro, that... I don't know about that.
What, you call them Kryptonians or, like, Kryptons or...
Kryptonians.
Kryptonians?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
we
New Yorkians. Yeah.
We were talking about it in science class yesterday because we were talking about, like, the element Krypton.
Yeah.
And someone brought up that was Superman's planet name. I just really find it weird that he's allergic to kryptonite when, like, his planet's name is Krypton.
Well, I think that was because, like, the radiation that is from that element or whatever, like, the planet exploding caused it to do something to him. You know?
Just like Batman's allergic to the word Martha.
Yeah. Well, I hate those movies. The Joker's really good.
Yeah, I need to see it.
It's so good, dude. And then, like, by the end of that movie, you question everything you know.
Like, about anything?
No, just about the movie, but yeah.
I used to think my life was a comedy, but now I realize it's a comedy.
What else is there we gotta talk about? That Terminator Resistance stuff.
Yeah, Terminator Resistance got another gameplay trailer. It was in some kind of live stream. Not really sure what the live stream was from. I can't remember, but it looked awful. Like 70% of the gameplay was just playing an awful hacking minigame of Frogger.
That game just didn't look like a good game. Like, it looked like it was just one of those games that is just going to try to That's literally just living off the license. That's going like, oh, there's been a couple Terminator movies coming out recently. It's having a comeback. I actually heard the new Terminator movie is really good.
That's good.
Yeah, I like Terminator, but I think they're just kind of going like, yeah, people are going to buy this just because it's a Terminator game, and those don't happen very often.
I mean, I'd rather just, from what I've seen, I'd rather just go to the arcade and spend about $60 to play the other.
Yeah, just spend you know what? Instead of spending $100 on Fallout First, just go to an arcade and play that Terminator Salvation arcade game.
It's pretty banger.
Yeah, just get $100 and just spend it all on that.
You might want to take breaks. Your arms might fall off if you.
Yeah, dude, your arms start getting that tingly, falling asleep because the gun's always shaking and stuff. Yeah,
feels so cool. I like that. I like how you can cock it,
yeah,
bang it on your.
Yeah, that stuff's cool.
It is. I remember I played that game 6 years ago, and it for the first time 7 or 8 years ago, back in 5th grade. It's probably longer than that. I don't know how long ago 5th grade was.
That was 10 years ago? Maybe?
Maybe. Wait, we're in 12th now.
I don't know. Probably
7, 8,
7, 8.
11, 12, 7.
Yeah, 7.
So about 8 years ago, our school would take us on field trips to the roller skating rink, and roller skating rinks were never just roller skating rinks. They always have to have some kind of gimmick.
Yeah, there's arcades or...
A monkey.
Oh, yeah. That was sad, dude.
That was sad.
That monkey looked so,
I think that place got shut down.
Good. That monkey looks so sad.
It did. They had this small little monkey in this enclosure. The place itself was just really dirty, and they had old arcade games.
This isn't the same arcade that the Terminator game.
No, that was an awesome place. It's
Yeah.
still up and going today.
Yeah.
Great place.
Yeah, no, this is a rinky dinky it was bad, dude. The food tasted awful. It was for your birthday, right? You went and rented it out for your birthday?
No, that was one of my cousin's birthday. We went there once for my cousin's birthday, and then the school also took us there on one of those field trips. That's where his arm. They found out he was
pregnant.
I might have to edit that out.
Yeah, probably.
Oh crap! I don't like having to edit these, but
where a dude broke his arm.
Yeah, a guy broke his arm. And yeah, I think he was high or something. That's why I didn't know.
Yeah, or I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy, dude.
Yeah, because everybody was freaking out, and he was like, "It's nothing, man." Yeah. Keep in mind, we were in 5th grade when this happened, so.
Yeah, and then didn't he break his arm another time at a different field trip?
I think that might.
No.
Another different guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to edit out all these names.
Yeah, just bleep them out. Bleep them out. Just
It'll be easier to cut it.
Yeah, probably. Just cut out the noms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, anyway. Yeah. Terminator Salvation. Anyway, the game, I say anyway a lot.
Anyway.
Maybe I should say back on topic, or furthermore.
Terminator. Yeah, that Terminator Resistance game looks like it's going to be... I don't know, it might just be
what they showed?
Yeah, maybe they're just not very good at showing good parts of the game.
Because, okay, what the gameplay actually was we'll link it down below. But what it was is it was all stealthy and, it was too stealthy. You went very slow. All of the gameplay pretty much had to be done if you wanted to stay safe. And this really weird visor mode that made everything look green and white. And
it didn't look good.
No, and the Terminator game has this weird pastel-y art style to it, which it would look fine for some kind of indie or AA game, but for this game it really doesn't work.
It is kind of a AA game. It's more of a AA game than a AAA.
Who does Comcast or Warner Brothers own the Terminator license?
I believe it's Warner Brothers.
Why not just have Warner Brothers game studios with a much higher budget actually make a Terminator game?
I don't think they really care about it. It's just like that Rambo game. The same developers made a Rambo game that was on rails and like had like 3 voice actors that sang the same exact lines over and over and over again.
How long ago did that come out?
I think it came out like as a launch title for the like not like a launch title like it was advertised, but I think it came out very close to the launch of like next gen consoles. Like 2013, maybe 2014,
Yeah.
maybe 2012 even. Like right before.
Yeah.
But
it was bad. It was so bad.
I did not like what I saw at all.
You couldn't kill the Terminators. There was this end scene that looked completely impassable.
The thing is that I think they just showed a really bad part of the game as well.
They probably did, but everything also looked really janky, which I can forgive if the rest of the game is good.
Yeah. And they also said that there's going to be a lot of hacking in the game, and if it's just that same hacking minigame over and over and over and over again...
I'd push my eyes in before I finished the game.
Yeah, dude, I would... I would not be content
Guys,
with that.
Like, no joke, 70% of that trailer is made up of a Frogger minigame.
Yeah, I'm just kind of disappointed because... I remember the initial reveal trailer looked kind of cool.
It got me hyped.
Yeah, I was like, that looks kind of cool, you know? Like, I was kind of into it, but now, like, I've seen more of it, and I'm just, like, I'm not even close to being as excited as I was before.
No, it's really bad. Like, the sound design is really bad, too.
Yeah. Like, I noticed, like, there was just it didn't sound good.
No, there was
general.
There was a part where like this guy stood up and tried to sneak past the Terminators, and then he got shot through the chest, and like the sound was awful. I could barely tell he got shot. All I saw were 2 little lines that went through his chest.
Yeah, and then just the sound in general didn't sound very good.
No.
Just the game itself wasn't
good.
Didn't look finished even. It looked like, and I know it's not yet.
Yeah.
But it didn't look like a game that is going to be worth playing.
No, and what it kind of tried to do was it tried to turn itself into the director who was directing the gameplay trying to make the game seem scary.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
Yeah, and she was like, "Oh man, guys, it's gonna get really intense here. Oh man, it's gonna get really intense."
And nothing would happen, or like 2 Terminators would show up.
Yeah, and then they just go, "Oh, I gotta climb this hole." And they're like, "Yeah, you better." Oh my god.
I died like 60 times here, and it's like, man, if you died 60 times here, you must be really bad at games.
Yeah, it's like, for real, dude. It just did not. I'm not into that game at all.
No, most of it's sneaking around and just crawling very, very slowly. And I can't take slow and monotonous work in games. That's one of the main reasons I don't play MMOs.
Or stealth games. I noticed you don't really like a lot of stealth games.
I can play stealth games. I just like to have another means of attack in case something... Okay, what I don't like about stealth games is I don't like spending about an hour and a half going through a specific stealth sequence, and then if someone's like, "Oh, I got you," and there were no checkpoints, I get sent back to the very beginning. I have to spend an hour and a half sneaking around again.
Yeah, I can see that being annoying. Like, the automatic, like, those stealth games where, like, you automatically die if you're caught or something, that stuff is annoying.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I usually do enjoy stealth games, especially if, like, it's one of those games where stealth isn't your only option.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's not technically a stealth game. That's more of an...
I think the problem I have with... I do enjoy games that aren't solely stealth-centered, but I think my problem with those is that stealth never feels like it's stronger, so it's always just the quicker and easier option to go in there and barge at everyone.
Yeah, it's like... especially if it's like some sort of RPG or something.
Mm-hmm.
Stealth has never really worked in any RPG that I've seen. Besides, like, RPGs that, like, one of their shticks is like, "Oh, we have a good stealth system."
Yeah. even I also hate it when it's shoehorned in games that don't have any need for it, like Spider-Man. I hated segments with Miles and Mary Jane.
Yeah, well, I actually kind of enjoyed those because, like I said, I do like stealth, but then they are the automatic death.
Yeah,
Like, that was annoying, but most of the time it was pretty easy.
it was. I enjoyed Miles more because he at least had interesting scenarios and could move things.
Yeah, but
Mary,
Mary Jane was just completely helpless the entire time.
yeah,
By the way, I'm really excited for like a sequel to that game. I'm
me
not
too.
gonna spoil anything about the game, but like the end was all like I was like, oh dope, you
And the
know.
ending fight was kind of underwhelming, but it had a pretty sick cinematic perspective at that end.
Yeah. Uh that's one thing about that game. Like a lot of the boss fights weren't very good.
Jump back, swing in, punch.
Yeah. There was the only boss fight that I thought was like actually felt like a boss fight in that game was between I think it was uh Electro and Vulture.
That one was epic.
Yeah, because you were like dodging his lightning bolts and stuff, and the vulture was like coming in and like trying to attack you and throw his blades at you, and
I loved how dark it was, and Electro's sparks really lit up the whole place.
yeah, it was just cool.
Yeah,
Like,
most of the battle was done completely in the air.
yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah,
I remember that. That was a good fight.
yeah. And then but I hated the rhinos and scorpions.
Yeah, the Rhinos and Scorpions was just boring.
That was awful.
I remember I actually did take like an hour to beat the Rhino section
It
of
took me
that.
so long to figure out what to do, and I
Yeah,
felt
I was
stupid.
so confused. I was like, what am I supposed to do? And then you're just like, oh, you're supposed to make him run into this thing and drag this down.
Yeah.
And it's just, and then like after you figure it out, you beat him in like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Well, if he does sometimes it's just really hard to get him into position.
Yeah. And that's such a basic boss fight trope as well, that style of boss fight. Like, make him run into this and then beat him up or hit him with this.
And honestly, I hate that. Like, if you're gonna have some weird gimmicky thing like that, that's just so monotonous and annoying to like execute right.
Yeah.
Just let me kill him easily. I'd prefer that over.
Yeah. I noticed that back to the Batman games, like a lot of the boss fights in those games were pretty good most of the time.
They were. I really liked the. I think the most memorable side quest I had in one of the Batman games was
Arkham Knight. I think Arkham Knight was the only one that had like side quest.
It had like 10, and they were all really good. I
Yeah.
really liked the Man Bat one at the end where you're flying around on him and
Yeah, that was cool. I remember that one.
very good stuff.
What were we even talking about? Did this come from talking about Terminator?
Yeah.
How did we get here? This is
Awful stealth in Terminator, kind of okay stealth in Spider-Man, and then Spider-Man led to Batman.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I said, I usually I was about to say. I remember I was gonna say whenever you were talking about how you didn't like the stealth in Spider-Man. I usually played stealthily anyways, any chance I could in Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
So that those stealth segments didn't really bother me.
I actually did enjoy the stealth, and I would do it as I could because I felt like there was an advantage to it because
Yeah, like you could like pick off enemies and stuff a lot easier, and
yeah, I would. It was nice because you could scout out the people with like missile launchers, and what I would try to do is since the bulkier guys were really annoying to take out,
yeah,
I could easily like just wrap them up before the fight even started.
yeah. I remember. One game that I remember having really good stealth was actually Assassin's Creed Origins. I remember the stealth in that game. I felt it was really good. But then Odyssey, I don't know what it is about it, but it's so much harder to be stealthy in that game.
It kind of makes sense though because you're like more of a warrior than an actual assassin.
Yeah, dude. I really don't agree with them putting the Assassin's Creed name onto that game.
Like, I know you still think it's a good game, but it's really weird labeling.
Yeah, I like the game a lot, but then still, like, they could have said something like, like named it something
and then
like the Spartan or whatever. I don't know.
probably not the
And
Spartan, but
yeah, I don't know. But then like have like a subtitle like an Assassin's Creed universe game.
an Assassin's Creed story, or
Yeah, something like that. Like just saying it takes place in that same universe.
I honestly like it when they do that. Like just put like a source, like something blank story after that, so you know, okay, this ties into this universe, but it's not anything that I really need to concern myself with the overarching plot.
Yeah, well, Assassin's Creed Odyssey does like do stuff with the lore and
Oh,
everything.
doesn't?
Yeah,
Because I know games haven't
it's a
messed with that.
mainline game.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know how they would label it then, because it's just really weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess if it's important to the story, it's okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because even though you're technically not an assassin, it's still very important to the branding to let people know this is important.
Yeah.
It's like if they named Kingdom Hearts, like one of the Kingdom Hearts spin-off titles, just anime boys with keys or something, and you'd be like, oh, what's this?
Well, I don't know if any Kingdom Hearts game can be considered a spin-off because all of them
are
pretty much
very even the mobile game.
Yeah, it's weird. Those games I've lost interest in Kingdom Hearts a long time ago.
I'm just really curious to see where it ends up. Like, I hated 3, but I'm like intrigued just to see what happens.
Yeah.
How long they can keep just throwing crap into the story. Yeah, so Terminator Salvation doesn't look too good. They better come out with a better trailer.
Resistance. Terminator Resistance.
Is it Terminator 2?
No, you said Salvation.
Oh.
Salvation's the movie.
Oh, okay.
That's coming out.
Wait, I thought Salvation was...
No.
What's the arcade game called?
That's Salvation, yeah.
Yeah.
Terminator Salvation.
Terminator Resistance is the new
I think
game.
there was also a movie called Terminator Salvation.
There might have been.
I think there was. I think that was the...
The new Terminator's movie, I think it's called, like, Dark
Fate.
Dark Fate.
Yeah. And then there's Terminator Resistance, which is the game.
Yes. So, yes. This whole podcast was a mess this week. But, you know, if you want to hear some personal stories and some nice gaming stories, just come on back, because I'm sure the rest will be like this too.
We have some...
Unless it's a busy week. This week was really weak.
Yeah, well, even then, on the busy weeks, we usually get into some talking.
Yeah.
Get into some stories, like that time, you know, that one time.
Yeah, that one time.
Yeah, that one.
But we're a bit more pressed for time in those. I like to try to keep we both like to try to keep these around an hour, so they're not like inconvenient to listen to.
Yeah. You want to go ahead and give some recommendation? You have any recommendations for anything? As we're closing this bad boy out.
I do have some recommendations. In English, we have been reading Lord of the Flies and It's a Twisty book.
It has been very good. I'm not gonna lie, it's been pretty dang good.
Ralph, best boy. I'd say more Simon. Simon's probably my favorite character.
I don't know. He's kind of getting weird.
Dude.
No spoilers.
No, but that title drop was because of Simon.
That's true. The Lord of the Flies. Yeah. For me, I'm recommending the new Joker movie. It really is good. Hopefully CJ gets to see it soon, and we can talk about it on here without worrying about.
Yeah, we could have a non-spoiler or spoiler-free discussion video.
Maybe, yeah.
We could do a half and a half. Spoiler-free first half, spoilers next half.
Yeah, that would be nice. You know, slap him between the thighs.
Yeah.
That's an expression everyone uses.
Slap him between the thighs.
Also, The Outer Worlds has been really, really fun, even though I'm like I've barely played it. Everything else is just, you know, be happy, feel love.
That's good. Oh, also, guys, recently I've been playing Sonic 06. I forgot. No, I have been playing it, but don't play it yourself.
Why are you playing that?
I want it for giggles.
For giggles.
I want to see Sonic have an intense romantic relationship with a human. Live out my fantasies.
Yeah, you and your girlfriend playing that right
Yeah.
together? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
man.
enjoying it. She wants more.
She wants more. She's like, I'll break up with you if you don't play Sonic 06 with me.
Yeah, we really hate ourselves, but
They're sadists.
The game's like just so annoying to play because it just doesn't work right.
I remember it was the first level I was over here and you were trying to play it. And like anytime you jump or like you'd be running, you just go through a wall or you just launch yourself.
Or you just go through the floor.
Yeah, like it just won't work sometimes.
Yeah.
That game is terrible.
It looks awful too. Like this was supposed to be their. I remember they marketed it like their big next gen debut, and it looks worse than some of their PS2 games.
It's bad, dude. It's bad.
It's bad. It's bad. That's like, imagine if Nintendo released a Mario game in that state. Like, it's their flagship series. I don't know.
It's Mario. People would play it anyways and say it was a 10 out of 10.
That's true. I mean, Mario hasn't really had an awful game.
Yeah, I don't think Mario's ever had a really awful game.
Because Nintendo cares about their IPs. Sega's on and off. Sega doesn't know what they want to do with themselves.
Yeah.
They don't know if they want to make ransomware or good games.
Alright, so I guess we're closing out now.
Yeah.
We will see you on the next cast, my boys, the big butter biscuit boys.
Yeah, from now on, guys, we're going to try to get these out every Saturday.
At least
every Saturday. We'd like them to go up around 12 p.m.
And we'll try our hardest to keep to that schedule.
Keep to that. One of us may not be able to make it, so the other person might be recording. But yes. Yes.
Yes.
Maybe
Possibly.
not. Maybe not 12 p.m. I don't know when. 7, 8, 9 a.m. Saturdays.
Maybe. It'll for sure go up on a Saturday.
For sure. Definitely not past 12 p.m. on a Saturday, unless my internet goes out or something.
Mm-hmm. All right. So this has been Camel X sitting here. Check out my channel with this guy here.
Your boy Socrates. Both of our channels will be linked in the description, so you better come over there and look at us.
If you don't, I'm probably going to do something terrible to your children.
Hey,
Even if you don't have children, I'll make sure you do. Wait. No, I can't say that.
He'll watch. He'll make sure they're there.
Yeah, I'll just babysit your kids. That don't exist.
That's enough of a punishment for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, guys. So, hope you had a good week. Hope you have a good weekend. And we'll see ya. This is us closing out. Peace.